Hi folks, John with HillCo here to talk to you about our lineup of heated water jacketed honey bottling tanks. If you are looking for a way to supercharge your honey bottling operation, maybe you're currently using a 5-gallon bucket to bottle from, or an unheated stainless steel tank or something like that, you will love the flexibility and ease of use that you get with our heated water jacketed honey bottling tanks. We have a 7-gallon model, a 19-gallon model, and also a 32-gallon model. I don't have the 32-gallon in this video, but it's virtually identical to the 19-gallon. We'll talk about the differences in the models here shortly. But again, the water jacketed design is really the way to go. It gives you a nice, steady, even heat. You have warm water below and surrounding your honey. If you want to zoom in here, we'll show that we have, you got a wall of stainless here, wall of stainless here, and warm water in the middle, and again warm water below the floor of the tank here. While we're zoomed in here, I want to point out that these all three sizes of these tanks we're talking about here feature our sloping floor design. So the floor slopes towards the front, giving you a nice easy honey drain. It's about an inch higher in the back than it is in the front. And also you can see you got a nice clean flush mounted drain there, right flush with the floor of the tank, so you don't have to go to a lot of mess and fuss and tipping the tank to get that last little bit of honey out. Again, all three of these models, the 7, the 19, and the 32-gallon model, all feature that great sloping floor, easy drain design. So once again, you have a heating element here, and that provides heat to your water, which surrounds in the bottom and the sides of the tank. Some people also use vegetable oil or mineral oil instead of water, which those things can get, using the oils can give you, a little bit less chance of corrosion down the road, as well as it doesn't evaporate like water does. So, by the way, we recommend purified spring water, not distilled water, because distilled water has a chance over time to leach. Distilled water is pretty much free of minerals or anything like that, and so the distilled water wants to leach out the anti-corrosive properties of the stainless steel. So we recommend purified spring water, vegetable oil, or mineral oil. All three are great options. I prefer the vegetable oil myself. It's relatively inexpensive. It also, again, doesn't evaporate and will not corrode your stainless steel over time. Any stainless steel can corrode over time, so the less water we have in contact there permanently, the better. So anyway, let's talk a little more. So all three models are type 304 food grade stainless steel, the best in the industry. We'll talk about the 7-gallon model, specifics of that. So it holds 7 gallons of honey, about 5.5 gallons of water or oil in the water jacket. Okay, so we have a 500-watt heating element. Again, our fantastic digital PID controller system, which I'll talk about more in detail shortly here. You have our great dripless valve here that we build in-house. Really, really nice valve. Gives you clean, even, consistent shut-off every time. You can easily throttle the speed of your bottle filling. So if you've never used one of those valves, you will absolutely love it. They are really, really tremendous. So that's featured on this model here. And then we have your fill ports right here with a breather. It's where you fill your water or oil in your water jacket. We have a sight glass here to help you determine the level of your water or oil in the jacket. And then if you want to drain that out of your water jacket later on for moving or storage, we have a drain valve right there. So that's our 7-gallon model. Going on to the 19 and 32-gallon models, virtually the same machine, the same tank, just bigger. There are very few differences. Basically, the only real difference between the 19 and 32-gallon size and then this one here is the fact that the bigger models feature our all stainless steel dripless valve. Both valves are great, both work exactly the same, but we have some customers that prefer the fully stainless steel valve, so we offer that as a standard option on the larger sizes. So again, the 19 and 32 are both going to be identical as this one here. If you look at our description below here on the website, we have the dimensions if you're looking for specific dimensions of how the tanks will fit in your particular location. But the 19 and 32-gallon models are virtually identical tanks otherwise. So that's about it to talk about. Oh, I forgot to mention, fantastic 3-year warranty on all three of these sizes. 3-year warranty covers every single thing. I will also like to mention we build these heater controllers in-house. We build the valves in-house, and so those are things that we have parts for on hand at all time and can support long-term. So great tanks. We love these tanks. They're very, very popular. We got them in use all over the United States. Customers absolutely love these, and again, once you've tried one, you will never want to go back. So we're going to pause the video here and move over to a tank that we have running and show you some specific features of the controller system. Okay, so I want to talk about our heater controllers here a little bit more. We have a 7-gallon our 7-gallon heated bottling tank model here on display in our showroom. And this one's plugged in and running all the time for display purposes. We have this tank filled with vegetable oil. And so I just want to show you our digital PID controller. These are, we build these controllers in-house. They're just really, really nice. They work really well. They keep a really consistent temperature. As you can see, we're running a couple degrees hotter. So the green number here is our set temperature, and then the white number is our actual temp. We have a thermocouple inside the heating element right down here that tells that feeds back to the controller here what the actual temp is. So, but it never varies more than 1 or 2 degrees, you know, higher or lower than what you set it at. So that's one thing really nice with these digital controllers. We used to, and some of our competitors do a analog, just a dial knob that you set and try to get it, you know, set pretty close to where you want it to be. And we found that those can often vary a few degrees one way or the other. And so this just takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. You set it and it stays just awfully close to where you want to keep it. And by the way, while we're talking about temperatures, you know, most beekeepers are running around 100 degrees. As you can see, we have this one set that way. You know, it kind of depends on your preferences and how long you keep honey in. I encourage you to do your own research on what temperature you want to run at. I would not run at 100 degrees for a very long time, like weeks or months. But if you're just, you know, most people are just using these tanks for a few days at a time to warm some honey and bottle it. And so I generally run 100 degrees there. If I'm trying to decrystallize some honey, if I've got some partly or fully crystallized honey, I might bump mine up a little bit higher than that. But if you're running for a longer term, just going to store some honey in it for, you know, several weeks and just want to keep it warm, I would probably put it down closer to 90. Again, I encourage you to do your own research on this. Don't take my word for it necessarily, but just something to keep in mind. As you probably know, there's some danger if that honey is sustained at 100 degrees or higher for too long of a time. It can start to degrade some of the enzymes and good stuff in that honey. So anyway, as you can see from the orange F right here, this tank is set on Fahrenheit. It can certainly be easily changed to Celsius if you're in Canada or elsewhere, and we have a video that we can send to you if you need that to tell you how to switch it to Celsius. But and as far as so the range we have set on these tanks is it'll run. You can adjust this green number, that set temperature, anywhere from 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and so. Anyway, and then you can also, it's very easy to change that set temp. So again, if you want to go down to 90 or want to bump it up to 105 temporarily, all you got to do is hit these up or down arrows here and adjust that temp to exactly where you want it. So that's about it. Again, you're going to love these controllers. They're really, really nice, really precise. And again, we build them here in-house, so we always got plenty of parts in stock if you ever had a problem with it. And this controller is also covered by our great 3-year warranty that covers the whole tank. So thanks for watching. Hope you like this. Have a great day.